Hello, everyone, and welcome to At Odds with the Unbreakable Spirit.
And the executioner, Daniel Travis.
I am Matthew Smith, aka.
Well, alright, anyway, we got three topics, per usual.
At least for wrestling.
Yep, topic.
Why don't we, tell them what it is?
Number one.
Number one is WWE is moving all their streaming to the upcoming, probably later this month, ESPN streaming app called ESPN.
Yes. Number two.
The results of SummerSlam Night 1 prediction battle.
Number three. Hello?
And let's just say the final topic, then hop into this before something goes wrong.
Yeah, and the third topic is
the results of SummerSlam Night 2. Let's hop into topic 1.
Your thoughts.
The price is very high for a monthly streaming service, but then you remember, I'm pretty sure ESPN is a subsidiary of Disney, and then it makes a lot of sense.
It is. Yeah. I will admit.
Yeah, House and Mouse, if they were lantern cord, they would definitely be orange.
Yeah, my honest thought is okay, great. Just what I need. Decided for another streaming service to watch more freaking wrestling.
Yeah, and HBO Max, or Max as it's called, has AEW streaming and whatnot. So I can very easily watch AEW, I just choose not to. And it's like, there are some loopholes to this where you don't have to pay $30 a month. Because I did the math, people, and for 12 months at that price, you pay over $350 a year.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, folks. I don't know if it's even I mean, yeah, sure, I am considering getting it, but it's just I don't know if it's worth it because most pay-per-views are ridiculously short or nothing really seems to major happen these days.
Yeah, but in order for the prediction battles to even continue, we're going to need to.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, but also unfortunately, we can't really write this off as a business expense since we haven't monetized our podcast yet.
No, but what are your thoughts about, I'm just glad, we only got, when you think about it, we only got 4 more months of them on Peacock.
Yeah, and at that point, I would cancel my Peacock account, but I let other members of my family use my account. Of course, on separate profiles, so I can't cancel that. So I did read up on some loopholes where, like, you could, if you have like Hulu or a cable provider that allows you access to ESPN, you can sign through there and not have to pay, like I said, $30 a month. But like, they've had Peacock, I hope you realize this, Travis, for 4 years.
Wow.
That's a long time.
My genuine thought is, oh my god, so let me get this straight. To watch a regular episode of Monday Night Raw, I have to watch. You gotta pay for Netflix.
Yeah.
Come on, damn.
Yeah, to watch an episode 2.5 hour Monday Night Raw, you gotta play Netflix. You get on Tuesday because they're on the CW network. But on Wednesday, you have to go to a different streaming service, Tubi, to watch WWE Evolve. Nothing on Thursday, if you don't watch Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
But I do. So you have to go to Access TV. Friday, you're also good. You have to watch Friday Night SmackDown on the USA Network. And at least once a month starting in 2026. You'll have to go on this ESPN streaming service, which, according to what I've researched, is a rebranding of ESPN Plus, just called ESPN, just like the freaking company that is creating it, and pay an absurd amount of money to watch an event that's like at least 2 hours.
Minus, it'd be longer if you include the kickoff show.
Yeah, but we don't.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I know TKO and ESPN have had a good relationship because of their deal with UFC, but like, it, I, the money is the problem part because it's very expensive.
Yeah, it's not only expensive to watch all these events, it's also expensive to go to all said these events.
Yeah, and ticket prices have gone up in recent years. I actually heard WWE and TKO rejected an offer that would make them more money to go with this ESPN thing.
But yeah, overall, I just think it's a weird business movie. I mean, yeah, sure, you would get more eyes on your product.
Yeah, because
But that's it.
WWE signed with ESPN purely for the brand that is ESPN.
Yeah.
Like, they don't. Well, I don't want to say they don't care about this, but the fact of the matter is, if you're only signing it for brand recognition, I mean, tactically that might be a good idea, but in the way it'll play out is probably not. And yes, I know we've gone over the time limit. Let's face it, we're going to return to this at some point.
Yep.
Before the deal launches, the app apparently releases later this month.
Yeah. All right.
It
Well, we
literally releases the day my dad passed away, actually.
okay.
But we'll
Yeah.
be back with topic number 2.
Yep.
Alright, let's do this.
All right.
3, 2, 1. No, that was weak. Nope. There we go. And we are back with topic number 2. The results of SummerSlam Night 1. For the first time ever this year, we had a 2-night SummerSlam. And we also know we're going to be getting the 2-night SummerSlam next year as well.
Yep.
All right. So I should, as a reminder, we each have our own individual punishments for this one. If I win, have Daniel has to watch a bad Disney live action remake of my choice. And if Daniel wins, I have to watch a bad live action video game movie of his choice.
Y'all.
And this is for both nights. So let's hop into the first match, which, in order that we predicted, of course, was for the WWE Women's Championship, Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton.
Wrong winner. Move on.
Yeah, Daniel won, drawing first blood, I guess you can say.
Seriously, I need to say this right here on the record, but what the hell was the point of having Jay Cargill win Queen of the Ring when you were just gonna have her lose the women's title match? Because we all thought that you were gonna use this match to launch her into a single star, but clearly not.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. Reports have come out recently that WWE no longer sees Jade Cargill on the level of, let's say, Rhea Ripley. Like, the reason she's not on that level is because her booking has been garbage since after War Games, pretty much. Like
Yeah,
since Elimination Chamber, she went over Naomi every time they wrestled, and then after that, they fumbled the bag.
yeah. Not to
But yeah,
mention,
she won the Queen of the Ring, but that's worth diddly if you lose your opportunity.
my thought on that is it also kind of I've also kind of feel like she hasn't really been the same ever since she's been in WWE because all they've done is put her in. How can you make somebody a single star if all they've done is been the tag team division that no one really cares about?
Yeah, yeah, and it just shows that WWE doesn't treat outsiders from AEW with a warm welcome. They treat them kind of with a little bit of hostility.
Yep. What's next?
Cody and Punk are the exception. They were in WWE before AEW was even a thought in that idiot Tony Khan's mind.
What's next?
The next match we predicted was Randy Orton and Country Star Jelly Roll versus Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre.
Match was solid, I thought.
Yeah, Jelly Roll needs to work on his selling a little bit, in my opinion. Because when he was getting attended by Max, I thought he was legitimately injured. But when he got tagged back into the match, after not wanting to go to the back, he was moving completely fine in the ring, like he didn't just hurt himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, that got Daniel 2 points.
Whoa.
The third match we predicted was for the women's tag, the Judgment Day versus the Goddess and the Queen. I have to label that to not activate my smart speaker.
Yeah. I thought the match was decent.
Yeah, it wasn't the best matches of the night, but as you know, no one really cares about these titles. They're like a consolation prize.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're right.
And Daniel got this one correct as well.
The
The next match we predicted was Karrion Cross versus Sami Zayn.
match was
And
alright.
I gotta say this for the record. I believe Karrion Cross is another person WWE dropped the ball on.
I mean, cause there is reports out there that his deal with WWE does expire this week. Unless WWE and Karrion Cross have secretly signed a new deal, I agree.
Yeah, I will say his run hasn't been great, especially since he was moved to Monday Night Raw, and the
But
Final Testament just didn't work out because Authors of Pain and Paul Ellering got released.
I will say, like,
Despite the fact that WWE is having really good fiscal years.
but I will say the thing about Karrion Cross that I gotta give him credit for is that, yeah, sure, he wouldn't be on TV like wrestling every single week, but it's just the way he would be telling the stories, like getting into feuds with people, I thought was kind of brilliant, honestly. The more I think about
Yeah,
it.
I honestly hope that Karrion and his beloved wife Scarlett did sign a new deal. Not because I want to see Scarlett, even though she is a fine woman, but because he is very good at telling stories. I would love for him to go to SmackDown and get in a rivalry with Aleister Black.
Ugh,
Or even worse, a tag team with Alistair.
ooh, intriguing. Both are good ideas.
Yeah, but Daniel got another point. You're starting to think, geez, am I even gonna get a point this episode? Anyways, the next match was that we predicted was the tag team match between Jey Uso and Roman Reigns versus The Vision.
Which I will
I
say is,
forgot to write down your choice for that.
which I will say, calling your group the Vision is, that's an alright name.
Yeah, and I forgot to write who got that right, so this is a little bit of a spoiler, but there we go. Yeah, this match was good, I guess.
Yeah,
Like, it was the first match of the night.
yeah,
And, yeah, we learned that Braun and Von Ronson are kind of lost without Seth Rollins.
yeah,
But anyways, Jay and Roman won that match.
yeah.
And the main event of night one, CM Punk versus the Ring General Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship.
It was, I mean, I'm not surprised it was one of the best matches because it's Gunther. Gunther can't have a bad match.
Yeah. And like Gunther was leaking at one point, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I've also heard that, because I think Gunther has like some, I've heard Gunther's, gonna be off TV because he's injured or something.
I can believe it after that match.
No, I mean, like, it has nothing to do with what happened in the match. I mean, like, written off TV due to injury.
Okay, now people, it does say I won that match, but that does not mean that CM Punk walked away with the World Heavyweight Championship.
Although he honestly
So
should
talk
have.
about what happened post match.
Although, to be honest, I felt like WWE leaned in too much on Punk in the ring because you all had a feeling like, okay, you're still leaning on too much on like a Punk celebration. You knew something was gonna happen.
Yeah, WWE has these tells sometimes. Like, that something's gonna happen. And not even like something special, like let's say you're in the middle of a tag team match and you see an angle of someone reaching out their hand for a tag. And it's this specific angle where you can see the shoulder of the guy holding on to the tag rope, like their side profile and their other hand reached out. You know that person is going to get the hot tag.
Yeah, but overall, I will say, it was probably one of the best matches of the night for this night.
Yeah,
But what happened after the match was honestly,
yeah,
I gotta say, kind of brilliant. The way WWE did it was brilliant. You had Seth Rollins come out in crutches. We're all thinking, okay, that isn't gonna do anything.
anything, even though Paul Heyman was next to him with his briefcase.
Then he started walking backstage. He dropped the crutches, took off his knee brace. This man is like Lex Luthor to CM Punk.
Yeah, he took, he also took off his glasses and
Took
took off his jacket
and took off his
because he's still getting stylings from his wife's clothing designer.
knee brace, got into the ring. Honestly, if
With
they
his briefcase, beat up Punk a little bit, and for the second time in his career, this man has 100% successful cash-in rate.
twice,
And yeah, what I mean by 100% successful is Seth Rollins is the new World Heavyweight Champion.
honestly, because
And
look,
that actually supposed to bring up something to this. What?
the one thing that I will say is if they truly wanted Punk to be a heel in that situation, they could have had like at least Braun Breaker spear the crap out of Punk.
You mean Seth Rollins truly be a heel?
Yeah, right.
CM Punk had just been through a match with Gunther. You'd think he wasn't tired? Plus,
Right,
Seth did do something a little heelish. He hit him with a briefcase multiple times.
right. And
And I also want to say this, starting next year is when this new column is going to be in. After Money in the Bank, if we correctly guess when a cash-in happens, a person, whoever gets it right, will get a bonus point. So, like, yeah, let's say, for example, this match happened again, and let's say, hypothetically, like, Alexa Bliss was Miss Money in the Bank.
uh,
Even if the person, even if Tiffany retained, but if I say, like, yeah, Alexa's gonna cash in, and she does, that'll give me a bonus point.
okay, sorry, because you were saying okay, so I think what
I was
you
just using that as an example.
okay, because yeah, let's say we get Punk. Yeah, all right, I get with what you're saying. Yeah, all right, moving on.
Yeah, and so, what bad live action video game movie do I have to watch? I mean, you won. I have a bad feeling about this. Alright, let me see here. Yep, I knew it.
Uh huh.
Please hold, ladies and gentlemen. Trying to get in touch with Travis. Oh, I can't see your Oh, there you are in a very low window on my screen. I was about to message you. Anyways, what bad live action video game movie do I have to watch as a punishment?
The movie you have to watch is what's it called? Tomb Raider.
Which one? There have been multiple.
The recent one.
Okay, the one that came out a few years ago.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll be right back with topic number 3. And we are back with the third and final topic. I literally only moved the note like a little bit down. Anyways, night 2 of a lot of these matches were actually pretty good. And let's just hop right in, starting off with the main event of that evening. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena for the Undisputed Championship in a street fight.
Which I yeah, which I don't know if they're changing the name of the undisputed title back to the WWE title or something. I don't know. I've heard. Maybe I don't
Yeah,
know.
I realized I accidentally wrote who won this match in the wrong column, and it's not allowing me to change it. So I gotta force restart the note. That's lovely.
Anyway, this was probably one of John Cena's best match. This is probably one of John Cena's best matches since, well, yeah, he's had a lot of good matches as a part of this heel run, but I still raise the question of what was the point of turning John Cena heel for these past 5 months if you were just gonna have him turn himself babyface? Because honestly, I'm gonna be honest, guys. I felt like the match had a better build up when John Cena was a heel going in to this match. But
then the Friday before SummerSlam,
for no reason,
he turns babyface.
for literally
Yeah.
like that was like completely. Did John Cena need to have a babyface run at some point during his retirement tour? Yes. Was I expecting John Cena to swerve us in the middle of this title match? Honestly, 100%. Yes. Because that would have been brilliant as hell.
Yeah.
Have everybody think. Could you just imagine for a second if, like, a baby, like a heel, had everybody thinking they're gonna be a baby face, and that's what everybody thinks, but in the actual title match, you're a heel? That would actually get you more heel heat.
Yeah, I honestly at some points thought Cody was gonna turn heel, to be honest.
I thought John was just gonna be like, nah, you know what? I tried the whole goody two shoes thing. Screw it.
But man, there were a lot of false finishes in this match.
Yes, a lot.
And this match actually is a good example of how you should book a king and or queen of the ring winner. Take notes, WWE.
And why do you say that?
This because the king of the ring or queen of the ring, they get a title shot, as you know, and well, yeah, they don't have to be successful with the momentum that they would have gained from winning that moniker. You would expect them to win. Like, let's think about last year's King and Queen of the Ring, Nia Jax and Gunther.
Right.
You knew based on their track record that they were going to win the titles.
Yes.
This year, you had a chance to elevate Jade, and you didn't take it.
Did Cody honestly really need to win back the title? Like, is my question.
Especially since John Cena said he didn't want to ruin wrestling.
I mean,
Probably not.
yeah. It's just that is something that was just always in the back of my mind, just going, does Cody really, like, okay, sure, great. Cody completed his story, but it's like, why is he
For
another
a second time.
for a second time? It's like, okay, why does he need to be champion again? Because it's not because it's not like Cody actually loses matches ever, or rarely.
Yeah, but something even more
Hang on, but I will.
unexpected happened.
Yeah, okay. Before we get to that, is that
What?
I will say this was probably one of the most entertaining street fights I've ever seen because, like, using the stage elevator in this match, like this match went all over the place.
Yeah, that's honestly why it should have been false count anywhere.
Yes, but yeah, the ending of the match was a bit surprising. But when you consider that when you heard that WWE was keeping something close to the chest, and then you're like, oh, we all thought, okay, it's going to be a surprise return of The Rock. Nope.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys. Yeah, did we talk about this on the podcast?
No. What?
So, there was an article that came out a while back that Brock Lesnar was on WWE's banned list for probably him getting involved in the Vince McMahon legal troubles.
And the Vince McMahon Grant, which apparently his name is mentioned 44 times. FYI.
Wow. Yeah, that was a bold-faced lie. Not him being involved in the Janelle Grant Vince McMahon legal drama. Him being banned from WWE.
Or him being banned from professional wrestling, because apparently, if you're Brock fucking Lesnar, you get to do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to censor that word to...
I don't care.
Hopefully get this monetizable one day.
But it's just like, so hang on. You're basically saying that, oh, okay, so if some other wrestler does some despicable crap, that, oh, they'll be permanently banned. But yet, Well, Brock Lesnar does it, and because yes, apparently Brock Lesnar. Well, they've said that Brock Lesnar has been cleared, but I don't know if that's 100% true. To be honest, because apparently it
Like,
happened.
we legitimately were surprised, people.
Because because I've heard like apparently this deal with Lesnar, happened real quick.
Yeah.
Cause
So Brock Lesnar returned and F5 to John Cena.
yeah, what's next?
Anyways, next was the women's world title triple threat match.
Banger of a match. I can't say it anymore.
Yeah, I feel like, well, just Io and Rhea in general have really good in-ring chemistry.
Yeah, I feel like
Add the spoiler eventual winner of the match to the mix, who is married to a Fatu, and you know it's gonna be good.
but I also will say is I feel like with what's been going with Rhea Ripley losing, back to back women's world title matches, you feel like this might lean Rhea Ripley over the edge when you think about it.
Yeah, and both those women's world title matches were triple threats because Naomi decided last month, I'm gonna pull a Seth Rollins WrestleMania 31 and cash in mid match.
Yeah, all right. Who won this one?
But yeah, that got Daniel point. We're currently tied.
Yay.
The next match was for the Intercontinental Championship. The
Wait,
phenomenal AJ Styles versus Dirty Dominic Mysterio.
which, by the way, it has been 20 years now. They said it on commentary since the Dominic and Rey Mysterio custody match. So technically, it's been 20 years since Dominic made his quote unquote in his first WWE appearance. Technically,
Yeah, he had been featured on shows like a little bit before that. Like, that was apparently a really tough time for him when it came to schooling. Like, even his teachers were asking about it.
because Dominic even said that at one point in this match, this is the real Dominic Mysterio has said it that there wasn't supposed to be a briefcase for Dominic Mysterio. Actually, it was literally gonna be him.
Yeah, Vince had ideas for a shark gauge even
Yeah,
before the War Games. That's Vince, have you ever heard of gravity? Yes, you forgot that killed Owen Hart. You want to take that risk with a child?
like apparently, like the thing that was gonna like this. This is what he has said is that apparently they had the idea of like to tether him to the thing that would hold like the money in the bank, and Dominic Mysterio would be hung from that.
Again, Vince, have you heard of gravity?
Yeah, but because this match point,
To quote Robert Downey Jr. in Avengers 1, not a great plan.
but yeah, match was solid. Dominic won.
Yeah, which gives Daniel the advantage for now. Anyways, the next match is for the women's Intercontinental Championship.
In a no count out, no disqualification. This match was brutal, and I love it.
Yeah, and keep in mind, if Lyra won, or no, sorry, if Lyra lost, she would not be able to challenge for the women's Intercontinental title as long as Becky Lynch held said championship.
Yeah. What is your thoughts overall on the women's intercontinental title match?
Okay, I was gonna say, do you want my opinions on the actual title or
The match.
yeah, so the match was really good actually. These women for all the late played all their cards except for the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
I know I'm mixing metaphors, but you know what? I don't care.
Yeah. The match was good. There was a lot. There was some pretty brutal spots in like they both beat the and also Becky got a new theme song.
Yeah.
Which makes sense if you're gonna be a
And
heel.
honestly, it's kind of about time,
Yeah.
in my opinion at least.
I also think that Seth needs a new theme.
Yeah, because his current theme is too over.
Yeah. But overall, match was good and Becky won thanks to Bailey.
That doesn't mean Bailey's a heel. It means Bailey wants to be the one to take it from Becky.
Alright, what's next?
And that brings us back to a tie. The next match is the US title steel cage match. Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu.
Match was alright.
Yeah.
And in the end, Solo won.
Yeah, I noticed that Solo's graphics had the letters MFT on it. So is his faction called like the Mother Freaking Tribe or something?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, moving on.
Because if so, you got three Tongans and a Hawaiian. None of them are Samoan.
Alright, anyway, moving on.
The final match that we predicted,
The absolute car wreck.
the insanity one that was the tag team 6-pack challenge ladder match
TLC.
for the WWE tag titles. That was a mouthful. Can you see why I only wrote WWE tag for this match?
Yeah, but what he actually means is it was a 6-way TLC match. If I
Right,
could,
my bad.
but yeah, if I could describe this match in one word, chaos.
Yeah, I even asked you when we were on the phone, are this ready for chaos?
Yes, and the answer, well, you knew, is yes. But yeah, this match was from bell to bell, pure, uterating chaos.
Yeah.
And in the end, somehow, the Wyatt Six retained.
Yeah, but honestly, probably a miracle.
Yes.
And the other members getting involved when they weren't legally in the match. But it was no disqualification, so that didn't really matter.
Yeah, so,
By my count, that means I win.
Yep.
Now, do you want to use your money in the bank before I tell you what movie I have selected?
Not yet. I know when I'm officially gonna use it. I know when I'm not gonna say it.
Okay, enjoy The Lion King.
Alright. Well, alright. Thank you everyone for watching, for listening, whatever. We'll be back with something.
Follow us. You can find our official handles in there. I have not put links yet because I don't know, lazy. And see you next week.
Peace.